going to give you a handout. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about. What's interjections? Interjections are probably your easiest and most obvious part of speech. So my goal, I would love it if by the end of this unit, I could give you a sentence on the board, like a compound sentence, and say, I want you to label every single part of speech in the sentence and see if you can tell me what every single word is. That's kind of what we're doing on Friday, and it's frustrating, but it's also kind of gratifying when you're like, okay, I can do this, right? And for those of you who are mathy people, like this should make sense to you. Like everything has a purpose, everything has a function in the sentence. And so if you're more of a logical person, this is the part of language arts that should make a lot of sense to you because it's logical. Everything has something to do, right? Anyway, so interjections are words that express feeling or emotion. Usually they come at the beginning of a sentence, and if they do, they have an exclamation point or a comma after them. If they're in the middle of a sentence, they'll be set off by commas. So for example, if I'm talking to you and I say, we love grammar, and then they say, ouch, sorry, I just got a paper cut, right? That ouch would be set off by commas, and that's an interjection. It's interrupting the sentence to show feeling, okay? Or you're starting out the sentence where I'm like, aw, I'm sorry you're sick, right? That aw would be set off by a comma to say, like, this is just how I feel, but it's not necessary in the sentence. I can take it out. It's just showing emotion. Okay. So that's what this is saying here. It's followed by exclamation points, and they should show emotion. Now, I do like this disclaimer here. We should not overuse interjections because it takes away from the power of your paper. If you are writing, for example, a literary analysis over Romeo and Juliet, the theme, you will never use interjections. That is very unprofessional in your writing. This is for when you use like dialogue or you're writing narratives or something like that, then we would use interjections. But like, I never want to be like reading your paper and be like, oh no, comma, Juliet killed herself. Like, that is not professional writing, right? Or like, golly gee, like, goodness gracious, that's a lot of poison. Like, we don't need those kind of things in formal writing. Now, obviously, when I'm speaking, you would use these. And I love the examples here because they're so like, gee, golly, hallelujah, we don't have to come to school Monday, right? So all of these are examples of interjections. Now, what do you guys use? Probably not words on this list, right? Their interjections can also be inappropriate. I love this one. Horrors. Oh, horrors. I have a quiz. Oh, horrors. Please start saying this. People would look at you like, what is the matter with you? Rats. Anyway, so these are examples of interjections. And again, it's just interrupting the sentence using interjection. So it makes sense. So we're going to practice. And there's about 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think there's one for everybody. Hallelujah, interjections. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. There's a sentence, and you need to read the sentence with emotion using an interjection of your choice, as long as it's school appropriate, because I am recording you, and if you say a bad word, I will say, that was Emily. She said the bad word. Sorry, you're back. You're brand new here again, so I'm using you as an example. Okay, so remember, you're being recorded. Okay, so I think that there are 15 of you in here. There are 15 examples. So you're going to read the sentence and insert your own interjection. It's not a visual recording. It's just a... Oh, you want to start? Yeah. You're this excited to start? Oh my gosh, you're my favorite student of the day. Yes, go. Lovely. Okay, number 2. We'll just go around the room. Golly, all right, Nick. Well, all right, Nick. Either way works. Okay, what do you got? Yippee! Good job. Number 4. Jeez. Take it easy, Reggie. So good. Number 5. I think we better look over the paper immediately. Horrors. You must have done terrible. All right, read the whole sentence, Emily, using your own interjection. Good job. That Emily did not say a bad word if you're listening. She did not. She did a good job. Good job, Emily. Number 7. Lordy. Oh my goodness. You guys sound like a bunch of grandmas. Number 8, Jocelyn. What did you say? Hallelujah? Okay. Number 9. Yeehaw, that does not work. Like, you have no, or stop. You have no right to say that to him. Stop right there. Good job. Number 10. Good one. And that was good emotion. You did a good job reading that. 11, Ingrid. Keen is like, I don't like that idea. It was a good one. 12. Good one. 13. Good. 14. Vanessa. Okay, and 15. Gross. This food is absolutely. Wait, that didn't work. I thought it said disgusting. Yum. This food is absolutely delicious. Of course, I had to be the one to mess it up on the recording. All right. So we're good with interjections, right? Yes. You guys are clearly. I'm not. Okay. So this is adjectives. And adjectives, the definition is simple. Like they describe nouns and pronouns, right? They give details to nouns and pronouns. So they do get a little bit more complicated as we go through this, but they answer the questions like which kind, which one, how many, how much. So Carrie read an interesting story. Interesting is describing what kind of story she read. The recent article had information. The article is being described by the word recent. Okay, so if we look at adjectives, most of the time, not always though, but a lot of times the word comes right before the word it's describing. So we have cards here and they're giving us specific details saying it's the older card. Okay. Tall players, intelligent coaches were interviewed by interested reporters. Okay, so tall describes players, intelligent describes coaches, interested describes reporter. However, and then you look at this example, tired and hungry, the campers reached the lodge. Who is this describing? The campers. Good. But it can come after. You can say the campers, tired and hungry, reached the lodge. And so we still have tired and hungry describing the campers. Okay. I could also have a sentence that says, like, the campers reached the lodge, they were tired and hungry. Right. And those are still adjectives describing the campers, the they. Okay. So they don't always come right before the word. So keep that in mind. Then it gets a little trickier when we throw in proper adjectives. Okay, for example, Italian bread. Okay, this isn't just bread, it's Italian bread. Italian can also be a noun, like if you are an Italian person, right? So if I say I am an Italian, that is a noun because it's me as a person. If I said I am an Italian person, now it's an adjective again because Italian is describing person. That makes sense? So, for example, if I say, look at, I don't know, Vanessa, she's an American, right? Is that a noun or an adjective? Yes, she is an American. An American is a noun. But if I said, Vanessa has an American flag on her shirt, American is doing what in that sentence? Describing the flag, right? So you see how it can change. So be careful with that. We do have compound adjectives too, which are just like nouns, where they're words that are two words put together. Hometown is one word and it's describing hero, so this is an adjective. Okay. We also have these things, which are called articles. The letter or the words a, and the, they are always, always, always adjectives. So if I do give you a sentence and I say, label every part of speech in this sentence, a, and the are always adjectives. They're called articles. They fall under the adjective category. Because if I say a pencil, right, I technically know, or pen, this is a pen, not a pencil. I technically know that that means I only have one, right? It's giving me the description. It is a pencil, right? So it is an adjective. So just memorize these three words. They will always be adjectives. They're articles. Okay, so then it does get a little bit more confusing because of things kind of like American. Sometimes words look like nouns, but they are actually adjectives in the sentence. So if you look at this example of the word magazine, if I were to give you this, and this is what people do all the time, they don't read the sentence, they see the bold word and they're like, oh, magazine's a noun, and they write noun, right? Because it is a thing. A magazine is a thing. However, when you read that sentence, the magazine article applauded the student's effort. Okay, what is magazine actually doing in that sentence? It's describing what? The article, right? So without reading that sentence, if I said, tell me the bold word, what part of speech it is, if you didn't read the sentence, you would probably put noun, right? But when you read the sentence, you see, oh, magazine is actually describing article. So in this sentence, it is an adjective. Okay, so you have to be able to ask yourself, what's happening in this sentence? Look at the example of Thanksgiving. Okay, it's used two ways. Our Thanksgiving celebration was fun, and we celebrated Thanksgiving. In this sentence, we celebrated Thanksgiving. This is a thing. And holiday, we are celebrating. Holidays are nouns, right? So Thanksgiving is a noun, it's a holiday, it's a thing. We celebrated this holiday, right? So that is a noun. However, our Thanksgiving celebration was fun. How did that change? Thanksgiving is now doing what? Describing celebration, right? So that makes it an adjective in that sentence. So that's where it gets a little bit more confusing. Okay, does that make sense? What you're going to do, and I might have enough copies. I might need to make a couple copies. But what you're going to do, you people in class are going to do, is this worksheet. And I like these worksheets because they're kind of like little puzzles, so it's kind of fun. But it says that out of the 40 words here, there are 24 that are adjectives. Okay. And what you do is you go in and actually, I'm going to stop. Goodbye, people at home.